I really liked it. I performed so many shows in Japan this season that today I said to myself, let this be another show for the public. Figure skater Jason Brown admitted that he tuned into the World Championships as a show. And on the personal page of the skater there are a lot of photos and videos from the completed ice show, SOI 2023, of the legendary skater Yuzuru Hanyu. Brown is very popular in Japan, but in Russia he is not very popular. In the 2022-23 season, the complexity and entertainment of men's skating reached the limit. At least so far it seems that the human body is not capable of more than a quadruple axel and 6 quads in a free program. Without Ultra C, it's basically impossible to break even into the top 15 of the World Championship, and yet there is one exception. American Jason Brown has been selected for the strongest warm-up for a couple of years now without a single quad, and gets grades at the level of the top 3 stages of the Grand Prix. Of the elements of increased difficulty in his arsenal, only the triple axel, which even juniors land. But Jason's results are not a paradox and not a mistake, but a natural result of the development of figure skating. And his strategy is perhaps the most correct. Receives bonuses at the level of Voliva and is ahead of Uno in terms of components. In Russia, its results are considered shameful. 3 years ago, Brown announced a toe loop or a 4-turn salchow in almost every tournament, but he never performed them cleanly. Due to under-rotations and falls, the final score was lower than for a pure triple, and then he and coach Brian Orser changed tactics. For many years I had complexes about quads. I thought I wasn't good enough, that I didn't deserve to win, that I didn't live up to the standards set by others. But I'm just a skater who works every day to get better. This is a sport. You go out on the ice and show what you can do, Brown reasoned. Does not hold out American and according to Alexei Yagidin. He will lift his legs now and, in principle, that's all. To say that Jason Brown is nothing at all is wrong and unfair. He glides very well, he has good lines, cool spins. But still, men's skating in the modern world is quadruple jumps, Yagidin said during Skate America 2019. And when in the same season Brown did not reach the Grand Prix final, losing to Sergei Voronov at the stage in Japan, Yagidin even wrote on social networks, "Thank you very much to Sergei Voronov for the fact that my beloved Jason Brown did not make it to the final, otherwise it would be a disgrace." The athlete also got from Tatiana Messina and Irina Slitskaya. They accused the referees of overestimating the marks. More powerful components than Yuzuru Hanyu at the 2022 Games in Beijing, and really raised questions. And sports agent Ari Zakarian, a participant in ISU congresses, generally suggested subtracting 10-15 points from the total for skaters without quads. Yes, Jason has a relatively simple and inexpensive jump kit. The most valuable element in it, a triple and double axel sequence, is worth 11.3 points. For comparison, a quad toe loop alone, owned by every skater in the top 10 ISU rankings, will bring 9.5. For athletes from the top, this is a necessity. Rotations and tracks of the 4th level no longer save. Brown's secret is in the purest execution and high components. He received the 3rd highest goes at the 2023 World Championships, surpassed only by Jun Wangcha and Shoma Uno. The lowest score in his protocols is +1, but mostly there are +4, +5. The Americans' jumps are high and flying, with an effortless breakaway and soft landings. On spins, he always has good centering, clear positions and quick change of positions, on the track deep ribs and steep arcs. The American has masterful skating skills, even Yagidin admits this. In addition, it perfectly adapts to the changing rhythm of the composition, and accurately hits the musical accents. Brown has already developed a special style and most often puts programs under lyrical tracks or modern jazz, in which he looks most profitable. The judges obviously like this choice. At the World Championship this season, he received the second, after Uno, components in the short and the highest in the free. According to the results of the tournament, Jason took 5th place. He overtook the Frenchman Xiaoham Fa and the Japanese Tomono and Yamamoto, who made 5 quads in 2 days. And also Daniel Grassl, who owns the most difficult quadruple Lutz and loop. Even the super record holder Ilya Malinin, who is 50 points ahead of his compatriot in the base, won only 8 points in the final assessment. Why is that? The ISU makes it clear that stability, gliding and performance are almost more important than technique. Spectacular jumps are not enough to win, even if it is a quadruple axel, otherwise it would cost much more than 12.5. How dangerous such loads are for the body is also not yet clear, so the judges are in no hurry to encourage crazy risk. But the experienced Brown, raising the hull at the largest competitions, stands out from the competition. This path is well known to the bosses of the world figure, and they choose it as a development vector for the coming years. Whether this is the right course or not, only time will tell. In addition to the results, Brown's attitude to sports is striking. He does not combine his career with ice shows and the work of a director, but on the contrary, he supplements his out-of-competition life with tournaments. In the 2022-23 season, Jason performed at the Japan Open, the US Championship and the World Championship, and spent the rest of the time on tour. Given the difficulty of its content, keeping fit with such a schedule is quite realistic. In addition, the competition in the American team is low, and Jason has an impressive margin of safety. He can miss a couple of starts and not lose his place in the team. True, you should not get carried away, because the ISU rating is reduced. Brown's philosophy: do not separate demonstrations and competitions. For him, all this is about one thing: communication with the audience and self-expression on the ice. He assures that endless tours energize and even help to skate better. Sometimes I had to perform in 6 shows in 2 days, and even 5 rentals in each. It hardened me. At the same time, Jason works as a TV presenter, commentator and director. He helps with general numbers at gala concerts, and in the 2022-23 season, he created a short program for Daniel Grassl. The Italian is happy. He opened me up in a new way, taught me not to be afraid of emotions on the ice. Look how sensually he rides, how he communicates with the audience during the performance. Yes, everything he does is super cool. During the year they met twice on the same ice. At the Japan Open, Grassl was higher, but lost at the World Championship. Jason is 28 years old. He admits that he is no longer ready to train as before, and even more so to learn new elements. He could have left a long time ago and almost did it at the end of last season, but he delayed because he knows that under the current rules, there is a chance to significantly extend his career by developing performing skills. Is this not a salvation for those who cannot cope with Ultra C, but want to compete?